Yo gang, I got a tip that's going to put more tension, that'll build your muscle and strengthen your muscles, less stress on your joints, you'll move more naturally, more functionally, and I think this is just gonna be a big game changer for you. Now, before we jump into what the tip is, I gotta explain a couple things. We've got 3 joints involved with these movements, okay, that are moving. Okay, one, we have what I call the master joint. This is the one that has the most muscle around it that's responsible for the bulk of the strength of the move. So the master joint with your lower body is your hip. Master joint with your upper body is your shoulders. Mid joint is the one that's gonna have the most tracking movement going on. Upper body, that's elbow, lower body, it's knees. And then you have your base joint. This is the joint that doesn't move anywhere, but it's still responsible for a lot of balance and control. So lower body, that's your ankle. Upper body, it's your wrist. So here's the big tip. No matter what exercise you're doing, compound movement in the bodyweight world, your goal is to get your master joint as close and direct line to your base joint as possible. So basically get your butt, your hips, as close to your ankle as possible for your lunges and your squats. For your push-ups, get your shoulder down to your hands, dips as well. For your pull-ups, it's just turn that upside down, master, shoulder, up to the hands. This is gonna radically change how your mind is using your body. Because usually we're thinking of get the body up or down, or move it in such a way, or sometimes we're using the joints in an unnatural way. Like I've addressed before, a lot of times we're told sit back, into a squat. This is not how we're meant to squat. We're not supposed to sit back into a squat. We're supposed to sit down into a squat. So what ends up happening is we get this right angle scenario going on. Okay, so with lunges, you often see this where the knee is there, the hip is here, and you get this coveted 90 degrees. We're told so much. I fell for it too. 90 degrees is the best thing for your joints. It's actually the worst thing for your joints because when you're here at 90 degrees, this is when you've got the most torque and stress on the mid joint. You're limiting your balance and your flexibility at your base joint, and you're limiting the involvement that is potential at your master joint. So squats, lunges, same thing with pull-ups. People, they stop, they seem to have a sticking point here versus here. Push-ups, same deal. Dips, they come only down to 90 degrees. You're limiting yourself and you're putting yourself at more risk, I believe. So your mission is to close this gap. Get your master joint right to your base joint. Let this go wherever the hell it needs to go. Knees go forward? Fine. Reach forward with your knees. They're supposed to do this. Same thing with your elbows. Doing dips and push-ups, let those elbows go way back. Pull-ups, let them come forward even a little bit. It's going to be much better off for your joints. So think about it. With your squats, sit on your back ankle. Same with your lunges. With your pull-ups, get your shoulders to your wrists, if not even a little higher. With your dips, your push-ups, shoulders down to the wrists. Use the most direct path you can. Don't go in this long, rounded way about it because that passes you through this. If you squat with your hips like this, that passes you through that danger zone. If you can take your master joint and squat much more closely and your knee goes forward, that's gonna be much more natural, what Mother Nature intended, and safer for you. Of course, listen to your body, do what feels best. Maybe you've got a condition that's not going to allow this, especially if you've got tight ankles, tight wrists, tight shoulders, and all that sort of thing. But I've been using this for the past few weeks, made a hell of a difference, wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Till then, be fit, live free.